Week 4. If you know, you know. All right, we're going to ask the angels, saints, ancestors, and spirit guides into our space for divine guidance, for our highest and greatest good. So it is, and so it will be. Okay. All right. Thank you for staying with me. For some of you, conclusions are at reach. Okay. I feel like there's something playing out here, and it's a bit about your south node and moving into your north node. There very well could be energy in our channel that's waking up, okay? Maybe even a spiritual awakening, or from some sort of like change, something that is coming to your awareness. I feel like there's a need to, go within at this time. There also could be considering some options, and then there may be some big decisions coming. And as it relates to this, I feel like it's a calling for you to be honest with yourself and others. You could be staying for the wrong reasons. You could be like in limbo or faking some sort of happiness here. I also feel like this is playing out within between now and the next new full moon or a month. I feel like through this experience, decisions are going to have to be made, and they're big decisions. I'm getting that there is going to be some sort of moving on energy and a cycle completion. I do feel that there's a need to find a new path and redirect energy. I feel like there could be some hastiness or self-limiting beliefs, or someone's feeling like they're out of ideas. They're a bit pessimistic. I feel like there's a loss of motivation. There's someone who's not really learning from their past mistakes. I feel like they're in this energy of lacking interest. There even could be like third-party friction. There also could be someone who's very uncommitted, and they could be isolating to some extent. There's this energy that's rooted here that is the Nine of Pentacles, and this talks about like being enough, and it's Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So someone doesn't feel like they're enough, or they're working too hard and not getting what they deserve. Maybe someone needs to stand up for what they do deserve. I feel like self-worth is kind of at the root cause here. Someone's undervaluing themselves. I'm getting it could be someone who's out of their depths, a Knight of Swords in reverse. So someone feels like they've missed opportunities. They very, very much could come off rude, blunt, insincere, even like saying things just to be hurtful. It's almost like they know the buttons to push. They're sarcastic, pessimistic, impulsive. Could even be portrayed as a bully. Someone's out of control at this time. So I'm getting like there's this like shifting playing out, and I'm getting like this energy is resisting. All right, it isn't their idea. So it's kind of like uncomfortable. All right, someone's very uncomfortable. I feel like everything going on around them is uncomfortable. They're not happy in their situation, and they're not learning from their past mistakes. In fact, they're staying stuck and choosing something that doesn't serve them. Okay, they're staying for the wrong reasons. Okay, and then there's the Eight of Pentacles. So things are boring, complacent, scattered, monotonous. It's like all work, no play. So there's this like not wanting to make any effort. Okay, the last card here for this particular message is that Four of Swords in reverse. This is about stagnation and someone being exhausted, burnt out, ghosting, even passive and not even like communicating. This would be somebody who's just feeling restless in this situation. I feel like there's a lack of perspective. There's discord, there's imbalance, there's antagonism. So this is like people doing things to antagonize. And there's a lot of self-indulgence. So there's a lot of coping mechanisms here that are really drowning somebody's sorrows. They are remembering the past with the Six of Cups. So they're like revisiting past memories, thoughts, maybe thinking about wanting to return. There's a lot of like nostalgic energy. I feel like if they went towards a dynamic that was unhealthy for them with the Two of Cups in reverse. And then I have the Fool card. It says only fools rush in. So there's a lack of faith. Someone did something impulsively just for the fun of it. It's kind of like they didn't really think this through. And it's had like drastic impacts on their life or will. I feel like it's caused extensive stagnation here. Maybe someone's unwell at this time. So right now the advice is a time to give rather than take. Okay, this is what's happening in order to kind of hopefully, you know, have some sort of lesson and changes play out here. They want this energy to work through their fears. There are conclusions within reach here. There are answers that are coming. This is the end of a tough cycle. Okay, there are some dreams and aspirations that need a practical plan. So you may need to kind of like grab the bull by the horns and make some difficult decisions because someone is staying for the wrong reasons. I feel like balance will be restored here in this situation. I feel like communication is key. And as I started this is like the progression from the south node to the north node. Okay. So then I also have, it will be time to take action. So this is Aries energy. This is executing a plan. And then there's this energy of showing the world the real you. So this is really helping someone move out of their south side to their south node to the north node, awakening, right, on the spiritual path and journey, and at least working on themselves and making the changes they're being asked to make so that they can be their authentic self. So this is really a bit of a message about working the steps through, you know, releasing the false ego and stepping into your most authentic self. So let's get a couple other messages. Okay, what else could we share with them? Okay, yeah, planning and execution. Someone may feel overcommitted or they've made poor choices. There could be someone feeling like they've dropped the ball. All right, they're overwhelmed, maybe a bit of disorganization here. I feel like it has something to do with like 3 of Cups, so maybe under the influence here. I'm getting third party, love triangle, heavy partying, and someone else's influence here. I feel like that's where the poor choices are happening. I feel like somebody needs to really put the cups down. Okay. What's this one? The Moon, mental clarity. Yeah, releasing fear and anxiety, hearing and trusting your intuition, and things coming to the light so that they can be seen. So I feel like there's subconscious things playing out here that maybe somebody tries to consistently like draw out. Yeah, unhealthy patterns here with the Devil. Yeah, this says physical or emotional abuse, negative karmic connections, toxic, energetic implants, and codependency. So I feel like someone may be battling with a bit of, you know, difficulty here. I feel like there's resources though. I would recommend resources. Not that I'm a doctor. I'm not telling anybody what to do with their life, certainly. But, you know, yeah, there's some sort of like revelation here. Maybe something that, you know, is needed for change, for the sake of change, right? This is the Tower. Yeah, I feel like things are coming to an end that, you know, may not be serving this energy here. And I'm getting like, it's so that you step out of your comfort zone. It's so that changes are made. It's so that there's evolvement, there's healing, there's progress, there's growth, right? I feel like this energy, and someone is misaligned in the love department. So if they're dealing with somebody, they're staying for the wrong reasons. This person doesn't care about them. It's very like there's trust issues here. There's misaligned values. There's disharmony. And then I have unhealthy patterns. So I feel like there's a karmic love situation here. Somebody might want to straighten up the record. Okay, somebody may have like wanted to, you know, do things for a certain reason, and maybe they are backtracking or wanting to backtrack, or they're trying to figure it out. But there's trust issues here, and I feel like someone is very codependent. And there's negative karmic connections here. And I feel like some of this is that love triangle. Some of it is like the poor choices and the heavy partying. And, you know, someone could be dealing with like legal issues, financial issues, a divorce. Okay, so yeah, this is some difficult stuff. Oftentimes, you know, it's the swift kick in the butt that some of us need on our awakening path, and it helps us to kind of learn from our mistakes and make better choices and be better people. So let's pray for this energy. And if this is you, I'm praying for you, and I hope that you find your way. I feel like within the month or so, there's going to be a need to make decisions to help move on and complete this cycle. So if you're dealing with a karmic cycle, you're trying to close it out, certainly working through your fears is a great first step, and a time to give to yourself rather than allowing everybody else to take from you. All right, so this is like prioritizing self-care, self-love, okay? And if you feel like you're somewhere where you don't belong, then that's up to you to make changes in your life. And sometimes we get a little extra help. Sometimes we get a little extra help. Sometimes it takes a village, okay? So let's support those in the village, okay? So if you feel like this is resonating for you, let us know by, either just interacting with the video, a like, share, comment, whatever you're comfortable with. But you're not alone. Many of us have been through this, and we're here to help. So take care.